Can you imagine Henry V where he just like, and then I walk to the center of the stage and I give my soliloquy, and it starts like this.
I want to see it like that though now. So
Shakespeare, where they say all of the fucking stage directions.
And I move forward to this area.
Do this. It's all open source now, isn't it?
I spin around looking at everyone, waiting for my monologue.
Nobody
You
owns
mean a public domain?
Public domain, yeah. Nobody owns Shakespearean works, do they?
No, Shakespeare owns them, doesn't he?
No, like.
Does he not have like family getting paid for his
you
works?
You can't do that.
They were like 12 people anyway.
Yeah, that.
I
too.
guarantee you, he had to get a lot of different like. He had to have a lot of kids around there.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he was shaking his spear all over
you
town.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't hold copyright for that long. Now, works based off of Shakespeare, like say, you can't like directly rip off a certain Romeo and Juliet or make
Yeah, like
Macbeth
Romeo plus
movie.
Juliet. Like
Right,
that whole
right.
shtick.
But the Lion King didn't have to pay to be Macbeth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which it is.
Right. Which on that note, there's quite a few things that are coming for the first time in like 40 years. There's a lot of shit that's coming out public domain this year.
Disney managed to keep a stranglehold on Mickey somehow.
Yeah.
Because they keep a nice hold on everything.
Yeah.
Disney owns
I'm
everything.
trying to think of what good things.
Disney owns
the
you.
Prophet.
Nah, we own you.
The poetry book.
Oh,
I
shit.
can't- Yeah.
We own each other.
That's about to be public domain.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
People are gonna do shit with that. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
cool.
I was thinking I'd like to
Ooh.
work with Tyler and do something with that.
Oh, that would be so sick. Fucking awesome. We can make some cool. We can make some cool videos. We can make some cool audios. Like
All kinds of cool shit we can do.
Super dope.
This isn't fandom nonsense,
I'm
but this
Zach.
is the first word. All right, before we get into this episode of RWBY, do we want to introduce ourselves? Or
Let's
fuck
just
it, at
do
this
I
it.
think
point?
everyone's been introduced at
Well,
this
let's
point.
do it.
Yeah.
Like, go.
I mean, all that's going away.
Yeah, we might as well.
Welcome to Fandom Nonsense.
No,
I'm
he
Zach.
ate garbage first.
All right, so fuck it. Fuck it. Go watch episode 50 and learn who we are, or it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who we are. Oh no.
What member? If you have to assign each one of us a member of Team RWBY, who are we?
There are wrong answers.
Ooh.
Let's talk about that for a second.
I'm Ruby.
Nah. It's actually Ruby.
He's not Ruby. He wants to be Ruby. He's Weiss. Because he's the best teammate anybody can have.
Ooh.
Unless I'm Weiss.
Dude, I'm Yang all the way. I don't know.
I'd put you more on Ren.
Gang's not a
Team
member of
Ruby.
Team Ruby.
Ruby.
Oh,
dummy
on
butt.
Team RWBY.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want him to be on our
Why don't
team.
we just? Because none of them make sense for me at all.
No, he's
You're
Blake.
Blake. What?
No, you're Blake.
You're
I'm
Blake.
Blake.
You're Blake.
Yeah,
Blake
you
out of
emotional
that
little
for
girl.
sure.
They're all emotional. And they're all little girls at one point.
So wait, who were you then?
I'm Ruby or Weiss.
You're wise.
Definitely not white.
I'm not the
You're
Ice
not
Queen.
either of
He's
them.
not.
He's
You're
the
Yang.
Ice Queen.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
fucking
Aaron's
Yang.
Yang. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Does that make me Ruby?
No.
I am the most
No.
annoying.
I don't know.
Gang, Ruby's not the most annoying.
Yeah, she is.
Blake's the
No.
most annoying.
Blake is
Blake
not.
annoying?
Blake's the most emotionally annoying.
Annoying.
We're talking about like exuberant and too much.
Well, that's me.
Annoying. Which, yeah, that would be you.
And I'm good at making
I
plans.
don't know if this works. I don't know if this analogy works at all.
I'll be Yang.
I make
Like,
I make
yes.
plans super well.
I'm with that.
That make
Do
you
you?
Jean. RWBY doesn't make.
Jean's not a member of Team Ruby.
Yeah, but Ruby's not a tactician.
Yes, she is.
Not really.
She's the one that
No.
makes the team names and stuff.
The only tactical plan I remember RWBY having anything to do with
All of season 2
was the season 1
and season 1.
What
All
about-
of season 2 and season 1
Well-
and yeah, all of season 2 and
She's a
season
good
1.
strategist in the moment because she was the one calling out all of the moves for the destruction of that big mech. She was the one that was
That's
saying.
what I was saying in season 2.
Blah blah.
That's
go,
season
go,
2.
Go.
Yeah, the beginning of season 2.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Like that's like she.
She is the leader of the team. She's the tactician of the team. She's the one that helps work out that stuff.
Right.
If not her, then right next to her is.
This is beside the
I
point.
think strategist is more in the line that you're talking about,
That's
where
a,
you're like,
that's a tech.
it's not a tactician because a strategist will sit down beforehand and make it out, and a tactician is the one who makes the tactics work.
Right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I guess her whole team are the tacticians then,
No.
because they're all the ones that help make it work.
She's the one that's calling out and
She's
Yeah.
the one calling
doing
the shots.
She's pointing people in different directions. That makes her the tactician.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's
itself.
not fair because we both call shots and do stuff like that.
I can tell you something right now. I see the Blake in me right at this moment.
Wants to run away and make us have to go look for you for a season.
No, because
Oh, I'm sorry, half a season.
because I really have a craving for a grilled fish right now.
Oh, that's a lot better.
You are kind of a cat.
Speaking
And he's
of,
more of an ice queen than I am. I'm not an ice queen.
I wouldn't use that to describe either of you.
Yeah. Honestly, I had to use that to describe Nolan before I used it to describe
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Why? Because it has the word queen in it?
Wow, you're.
You said it.
I'm done with this shit!
was kinda
You have to
icy.
look for me for a season!
That was kind of icy there, Nolan. All right. Speaking of Blake running away and getting herself in horrible situations.
Oh my god.
The fucking cliffhanger in this episode.
Dude, man, she didn't even run away. It was even all part of a team op kind of deal. It wasn't
Right.
her getting herself in the situation. I
Right.
loved I didn't realize that they were actually gonna have fucking what's his name? Adam just pop up. The moment that she went off on her own, I knew that Adam was gonna pop up.
Yep.
I didn't put it together.
I know. Yeah, I was sitting there watching you, and you were just like, oh, well, she's going off on her own. Okay.
With the
blah, blah,
exact
blah.
conversation that was happening right before all of this happened, I'm of the sound fucking belief, which I was before anyway, that fucking John's sister's wife is totally
Dead.
double agent, fucking like.
Man, after this last watch that we just
Like
did,
I
Should be
think
a
that she tipped
Triple
off.
agent then?
Yeah, whatever.
I think
What, you
she
think
might
that
be.
what?
I think she's a triple agent.
Oh, but you tipped off.
I think she tipped off fucking
Adam?
Adam.
No, Adam's been trailing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam's
He's
Adam's
been
been trailing
following
them
them.
since
Now-
this whole season.
I think Adam killed her.
Killed who?
Actually, no.
Tara?
No, there's no reason for that. Because
Yeah.
it was Blake's job to get the radio tower down.
Yeah.
It was her job. That's the reason
And
that
she
the
was
radio tower.
talking. She was talking to them right before Blake went.
But that chick needed Blake to take care of her part for her to be able to follow through.
Yeah.
So she was never able to do anything. So she's probably just still sitting there acting like nothing ever happened because nothing ever happened because Blake didn't get to do what she had to do.
yeah.
It's because Adam has been stalking them forever, which you didn't actually hear or know until that point.
If you watch episode 1 again.
He doesn't say that he's going to be following her.
What? No. The first episode of season 6.
Yeah.
He's there on the train.
Yeah.
And he's in different
Is he?
clothes. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's in
Is
his.
he?
Yeah. Because you think it's a flash, like a vision or something, but why would Blake have? She'd never seen him.
That's in
those
the
clothes
trailer.
before. No, it's in the first when she unhooks the fucking the
Yeah.
cart.
And he's in different.
That's
colors.
actually him
That's
there?
actually him. That's actually him there. You're meant to think that it's her seeing him, but yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
him. And he's like, because he's wearing new clothes.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy
We're
balls!
just peeling off layers of the onion.
He
That's so cool!
He followed her across Anima. And he's just been waiting for the right moment for her to get
That's-
Like a real fucking
Awesome.
creep.
away. Mm-hmm.
That's, oh man, that's cool.
We talked about the last time we watched the episode, like, has she been away? But the only point would have been like when they were
Not-
at the house or whatever. And
She was still
she
in
was
earshot.
Exactly.
She was still close to them. If Adam would have even made a sound from his sword or gun.
And fuck, all 8 of them plus Pro against Adam.
8?
Yeah. Or were there only 4
5.
at that time?
6, counting Maria, but I doubt she would have fought.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking. Oh, I was thinking that
Team
John.
Yeah, once
I
they
was,
got.
I
They're
was
not
thinking
there.
John and all them being.
Team,
right
it'd
about
be
it, but
Team
they weren't.
Ruby
You're right.
and Crow. And then Maria,
No,
if she
Oscar.
decided to...
Team Crew.
Okay, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Oscar. So, 8, 7?
And
Hey.
and I
Team
really,
Crubio.
I really, really
Whoa.
hope that
Kirby.
that next episode, Yang and
Q.
Blake take him out.
I extremely hope
Kuruma
that.
Kyo.
I hope that fucking sequence that they're in right now gets interrupted by her like fucking full rocket trying for his face.
Yang.
Whether she misses it, hits a tree
Whose
or not,
face?
whatever.
Oh
to,
no,
to Adams.
man.
Will she
man.
approach it like that?
I
she's
think
learned her lesson.
she's going to.
Seize up.
I think she's gonna freeze.
Yep.
I think she's gonna freeze
I do
super
too.
hard. Yep, because she's done nothing but frozen till since then.
Yeah, but
You've never seen her do anything else. She does not know how to handle him yet. She does not know. It's gonna have to be Blake that shows her that you can't. Like they're gonna have to do it together. Like she's gonna have to, bruh. I will wreck you. She's gonna have to do it. Like
I would have.
Yeah. She no. She's gonna have to she's gonna have to see Blake stand up to him.
I don't know. I just feel like Yang has been preparing for this in her mind this whole time. I'm sure she'll be scared, but I don't think she'll just completely seize up. Because I think, like, what's the point of her having done that in her visions all this time? If that's just how she's gonna react whenever she eventually sees him.
Blake is obviously over it. She's ready for Adam to be over it. Yang is still obviously being haunted by it. You even see the fact that she's still being haunted by it in the trailer.
I think
she's
she
gonna
definitely
react irrationally. I feel like irrationally or freeze.
Yeah.
I think she's definitely gonna like freak out. I don't think that's
I'm on the end
Now-
of not. I think she's gonna go too far into not freezing, break through that barrier, and
Right.
go too abundant with it, and get sloppy again, and almost get Blake killed.
Now,
almost get herself hurt again.
what if neither of those things happen and she remembers her training with her dad?
Yeah, see, because that's
During
I thought
season
that was
4.
the whole point of her doing that.
I
Now,
just feel
like
like
seeing
so
that,
that she-
I feel like seeing that moment happen would be super fucking cool. Of just seeing her, just like you see her eyes go red, and you just see her close her eyes, and like you just hear Ty just like talking to her, like having that conversation with her,
'Cause that's
and then
some
you just see her
classic
open her
shonen
eyes. You see her open her eyes, and they're not red, and then she goes and whips the shit out of it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be
see,
amazing.
That's what I'm hoping.
Especially if he's like, you're gonna freak out again, or something like
Oh,
that.
Adam's probably gonna freak out. I mean, well,
No,
if,
Adam.
taunting.
Yeah.
Taunting.
well,
her.
see, the thing is that if Yang comes in, and it's Yang and Blake both, the last time that there were 2 people against him, he ran away.
Mm-hmm.
We might get the exact same thing happening because they're in the perfect environment for him to just go booking it.
And Blake still doesn't have her full weapon.
I really hope
Who?
not. The Blake.
Oh yeah, Blake still doesn't have her whole weapon. She's
What?
only got the one.
Really?
Yeah, she's only been using the one the entire time, and the fucking thing is hanging off.
Has she used 2 weapons before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she
in
use
the
2
beginning,
guns?
she
Two
used
blades,
2
yeah.
blades.
Does she have 2 guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she only had one.
And then she uses them and like wraps
And a
them around
chain,
shit.
yeah.
And fucking,
Yeah.
That's
And
why the thing's hanging off now. That's because it got cut, and then I don't know what happened to it. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't either. No.
But it got destroyed in some way, shape, or form. She still doesn't have her ship back because she just got back with them. So she's not had any time to have somebody else make her another one.
Yeah.
But no, I really, unless they immediately show a new way to use the character, I really hope that Adam dies in this next encounter.
Me too.
I don't think he's gonna die.
I don't want a fucking redemption arc.
Oh, there's no
Oh,
redemption
yeah,
arc
no.
for a character like Adam,
Nah.
but
I don't
dragging
think there is.
dragging him along, like, it reminds me of Torchwick in a way, like. Like, Torchwick was only supposed to last for, like, 1 season. And
I like
he
the
was,
fact that he lasted.
Yeah, everyone does, because he was a really popular villain, was really, really good. And
I feel like I would have been
lasted-
happy with him not dying after season 3.
I'm not, because
Can you turn off that heater?
Ooh, yeah. He doesn't really make sense. Yeah, it is. He doesn't really make sense for where we're at in the story.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem powerful enough or
Exactly.
in the know enough.
Yeah,
He's not as
Mrs.
He
visible.
wasn't
Charisma.
in the know enough. We don't know how strong he was really. He could have been something better. Like the way he got taken out
What was his
was such a
semblance?
bitch way for him to get taken out though.
He didn't know.
He didn't know what his semblance was?
No. Oh, it's semblance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not the kind of character like Mercury that would take the, promise of glory and riches.
He's
wants
still
the glory
going.
and
He's still
riches
just
now.
trying to do his. Yeah, he's trying to do his own thing.
Right.
Mrs. Charisma, but yeah, he wouldn't have been pertinent. Very much
fucking Salem wouldn't have taken his shit for a second.
Oh no, it would have been fun to see him
and her do a little like bit together.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been fun. I always enjoy. One of my favorite ways to establish a villain is to have them kill an underling to show they give no fucks.
And he would be a good underling to kill.
And especially an established, on his own villain as well.
So that would have been a good, but so basically like...
I still wouldn't like to use him as just a way to just, like... that would have been a more powerful way to use him.
I mean, it's either that or how we already died. But if I was going to give him any more time, it would be just an episode or two into Volume 4 to establish how fucking wicked Salem is.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it in my head. She just like rests her hand on his head and pops his skull with like the force of her closing hand, and then hands the hat over to Neo.
Oh god damn! Neo would have tried to kill Salem.
And then Cinder's plot in this season would not have happened because there would be no more Neo.
Exactly.
I think Neo might be able to get away from Salem in the right situation. Maybe not. She wouldn't have any chance of fighting her in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know about if she was actually in Salem's home.
Have people escaped Salem?
Don't forget that Salem is also capable of full magic.
Yeah.
And she's never given any, as far as we know, given any of her power away like Oz has.
Right? Yeah.
Does creating Grimm and stuff does not take away from her power at all?
I mean, she doesn't create.
Yeah, she gives people Grimm parts and shit, doesn't she?
I mean, she gives them to him. That's just because she like.
She uses that fucking puddle. It's not that full. It's not a full like little lake anymore.
You're right.
Yeah. It's just little bits of a puddle, and she uses those bits.
I don't know if we talked about this, but like we probably have because the God of Darkness isn't there. The lake is drying up.
Yeah. That was I brought that. Yeah, I brought that up like a few weeks ago. Oh yeah.
I had a thought that maybe. With the destruction energy in her, or whatever it is, the bad juju, I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Okay. Go ahead.
How that might be also affecting her magical ability and detrimenting it.
I don't think that. No, I don't think the Grimm power has anything to do with her magical ability.
It doesn't, and magic came from the Brother of Darkness anyway. He was one who gifted it to humanity.
You're right.
Also, where is the pool of light energy stuff? Where the tree was
right across the way.
It should be.
It's on the opposite side of where the darkness is.
Right. So
I have to look at the map and see, because obviously the fucking dragon up in the corner is.
That's where the darkness is.
Most likely, yeah.
Man, yeah, but the fucking fact that I've talked about this a few times, but like the fact that upper left hand side, it looks just like a fucking dragon. It looks almost like the dragon that's on the top of Beacon right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know why.
I want to know.
Tried to access that, or Oz hasn't tried to utilize the pool of light,
right?
In the same way.
Maybe he doesn't know about the pool of light.
He should.
He was there.
No, he wasn't. He never went to that pool of light.
Mm-hmm. No, because she went there to talk to the God of Light. He said no. She went to the God of Darkness and was like, "You're the first person I ask. I love you so much. Bring my fucking boyfriend back." He's like, "Oh yeah, cool. Someone who follows me."
He talked to the God of Light. The God of Light never brought up the point of there's this fountain that gives people everlasting life and blah 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 this blah 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 that.
Which but he did see the replay that fucking.
But he's locked inside of Oscar's mind. Because
that was after that. That was in reaction to that, wasn't
it? But even if he saw that, he's not being able to react to it now. Nobody is.
Right. No. What I'm saying is, I think it could be a set piece later on. Like they may need to access it either to like power one of the relics or
I would love to see an overgrown like pasture like kind of area like vines and stuff have grown into the
cleanse Salem. Yeah.
Put her back into the light side.
Okay, that came up on last week's RWBY Brew when Miles was on, and
did he dodge it?
No, he didn't. He was like, "Well, that could work, but that takes care of the Grimm, her being a crazy Grimm lady, but it doesn't take care of her being
insane,
evil and immortal."
Okay, that's true.
But wouldn't that?
Maybe she would have to decide.
Wouldn't that take care of that?
What if it was her? What if they made it her choice to go in there? What if she?
We would
What
have
if,
to get there. You know?
Because, like, I mean, as we've talked about multiple times, the only thing that Ozma asked was, "How do I kill Salem?"
Destroy.
Destroy. Yeah. How do I destroy Salem? It was never a question of how do we help her. How do we bring her back? Or something along those lines.
Right.
And if they were able to make it her choice to go into that water and to become that.
You know, the god of light, I mean, he kind of fucked Oz. Obviously,
Really bad.
Yeah, oh yeah. He didn't give him nearly enough information.
Right. He was like, you know, you have to bring the world together. But you failed to tell him, like, by the way, your girlfriend is the problem with the world, and she can't be defeated. You have to teach her the importance of life and death.
Yeah.
So her curse of immortality can be broken, and she can stop fucking up the world.
Right.
Because he went in thinking, like, you know, like, okay, I'm just going to just, you know, convince her of the right side, and then realized he couldn't.
I mean,
and he was like, how do I defeat her? And he's like, you can't. Well, what else are you going to do besides... Maybe Oz... This is the first time that Oz is kind of seeing that other side of it and seeing, like, okay, well, maybe I'm approaching this the wrong way. And, you know, maybe we need to go about this of how can we get her back and make her understand.
What's the questions to years ratio?
3 questions per 100 years.
Yeah.
And
As far as we know.
How many? He's been around for how many?
Thousands. Yeah.
But he didn't...
How many questions has he asked?
That's not clear because we don't necessarily know how much access he's had to the relics at any given point in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't
We
he
know
like
he's had...
numero uno fucking
He's
like,
had
dude?
to have used all of them at least once.
Right, but they have had to go into various stages of needing to hide them, and
We only know that he's had them for the last 100
Him
years
dying.
on lockdown since the Great War.
I mean,
until
he,
then,
he was the leader in the Great War. He was the one that ended the Great War.
Yeah.
And I guarantee, like, before, like, all the schools were created, he was already that was post. Whenever they were making the schools to hide them, that was post him having all of them and using all of them.
Yeah.
But was that pre or post him asking,
that's
how do I
Shit
kill?
load of questions.
That's a shitload after, because like that the Great War was 80 to 100 years ago. I can't remember which one, but it's within a few generations.
Yeah.
So maybe he just never asked the right fucking question, but that seems
Oh no, yeah.
ridiculously.
I mean, if you don't know the right question to ask, it's understandable not to ask the right question.
You never thought of wording it differently.
I mean,
like, how do I
whatever, you
stop
only have...
her? How do I?
But the thing is, the answer to all those questions is
it might be you can't. Like,
yeah.
How do you stop her? How do you kill her?
How do I bring her back?
How do I beat her? I mean, he might not like think that he can bring her back.
Exactly.
That's not even like in the scope of what
I
he
mean,
thinks is a possibility.
until that episode, I never would have fucking thought that. I would have thought that for literally every villain, but I would have assumed that we defeat the big bad.
Yeah.
But that's
and now that's opened up to us.
Yeah.
that's really not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it might even be cooler if, like, beating the big bad isn't killing the big bad.
Right.
Right. It's a lot
But
stronger.
at the same time, what if the best way for the world to go back to a harmonious place to where the gods would come back is for both of them to die?
I mean, that's the point that I think we're reaching at for both of those characters.
They both kind of, I think,
It's the fact that neither of them need to be on this world anymore.
I think Salem at this point probably
the only thing to be able to.
I think
the pool of Grimm is almost dried up. Like,
I think the only thing fueling Salem is her hatred of Oz.
Yeah.
At this point.
She just
And
wants to see him.
if those two came face to face after a fucking epic showdown, if they were just like, hey, if you'll let me die, then you can die.
Right.
And vice versa, they're like, cool, like, I get it, like, I'm tired of this.
I hope we go like 2 more seasons without that.
I mean,
I think we should only be like halfway
without
through
even like them seeing each other.
Oh yeah, no.
I want Oz to I want Oscar to actually like get a little older because he's aging.
Right.
So they'll actually age him correctly. I feel like.
Yeah, I think next season we're due for our first encounter with Salem for them actually seeing her.
Yeah.
But I hope that Oscar's not there. and like put him out of it in some way, so they don't interact until the big fight at the end of the show. But I think that it's time for them to actually meet Salem and see what they're actually up against.
It might be weirdly specific, but I want them to be standing at the exact same height as, like, when the cottage scene happened with them. I want them to be at that same, like, level. I think he was a little bit taller than her. I don't know. I just want it to be like
episode 3
when he comes back, when they send him back for the first time, and
send who back?
Oz.
Oh.
Yeah, when he gets sent back for the first time and he goes and finds Salem, and then Salem's in that cottage and whatever happened, like, I want them to be at that exact, like, height level. Maybe that's too specific and whatever, but that would be cool.
I at least want a parallel of that shot.
For sure.
And
that'd be cool.
And it may require a time jump, but honestly, I'd be okay with that. I would actually kind of like that.
They've earned it.
Yeah. And if everything comes
real time aging to where they could get away with
and training for that matter, like fucking getting both of the teams on the same page and getting maybe I'm kind of seeing Oscar
I think
joining.
I want a little bit more time.
Juniper.
Well, but I think like certain things need to be established before you make a time jump. Like I think Ruby needs to have her silver eyes down more, so it's not like when did she learn that kind of thing. Like get things like that, like combat skills and stuff, and character fucking traits, interactions established a little bit better. So maybe like one more season and then jump like 2 or 3 years to put everybody ahead a little bit.
I just had a weird thought.
What's that?
What if there's like a potential of Hazel or somebody, probably not Hazel, but somebody capturing Oscar and taking him to Salem?
I think there's definitely a possibility of that.
And Ozpin or Ozma, whoever you want to call him, is still stuck inside of like the back part of his mind and not coming out.
Yeah.
And all that Oscar has to do is talk with Salem.
Okay, but I feel like if that scene happens where he goes to get captured, one of two things is going to happen. Oscar's going to come out, or Ozma's going to come out and wreck house.
But what if he doesn't come out?
Or he's going to figure out a semblance right then, and it's going to be something that gets him out of it.
I'm talking about if it doesn't, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge potential that it won't, though. They don't need that. There's not that kind of armor on these characters.
Right.
To where that kind of thing could happen.
Yeah.
Like.
To where, like, but just to think about a thing of, like, what's her name? Salem's not going to want to kill him, maybe. Going to want to actually talk to him.
Yeah, because if you kill him, he just goes to the next.
Right, exactly.
Nothing else happens. Yeah.
She might just want to imprison him.
She'd probably want to talk to him.
Yeah.
And maybe try to sway her over to his side. Because he's bounded to a like-minded soul. And a like-minded soul would also probably not disagree with everything Salem has to say.
I'm not
right on that.
Not disagreeing with that pussy. That's why I was playing house for so long.
Like, oh wow, Salem. Ozpin never told me how incredibly attractive you are.
What happened to your father?
Fucking, oh my god. I hate sand. Oh man.
Jesus.
That sounds like a really cool, like,
doesn't sound like a cool anything. I think we were off on a really gross
not that part. Just the thought of, like, Oscar, he's gotten to talk with Ozpin a lot through his head and whatnot, and then after figuring out everything, after the genie told him everything, to get Salem's side afterwards, and Ozpin's still buried deep within his mind.
Which, by the way, is Oscar.
To get Salem's side from everything would be super cool to hear.
I mean, you can get Salem's side, but you've gotten the most objective view of the story that you can get.
Yeah, that's true.
I think another weird thought that I had is he didn't mention it, but those duds look absolutely too Oz for there not to be Oz.
His acting was too Oz for it not to be Oz.
Yeah.
Which did we talk about that last week? I think
we did a little bit.
But
he didn't mention it, but it sounds like he's back.
Kind of.
I think he's not back.
I think at this point, no, you weren't on last week. We talked about this. I think at this point, since Oz went and hid himself in Oscar's subconscious, I think the merging we've never seen it before, but whatever it looked like before, it may be different this time, and Oz is just slowly becoming a part of his psyche. It's kind of like when you hang out with someone long enough, you pick up their mannerisms and stuff.
For sure.
He's able to just hide away and still add in bits and pieces of him, but have him still be him.
The analogy that we used was like if you pour two cups of water into a bowl, which one is which at a certain point. It just becomes that new thing, and that's kind of how I imagine the merging of the consciousness is, that just the lines eventually blur, and that's why it has to be a like-minded soul. It's not the same rules as the maidens. It's not just who Oz thinks about, because he could think of Crow or Ironwood or somebody when he died and it not work because their minds don't think alike enough for it to meld into one being.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but as well, I feel like a better move for Oscar at this point, if Ozpin decided to come out while he was alone, is to not tell anyone that he's back fully in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. So I feel like if he's back, then there's no reason, if no one's asking.
But I feel like if he's back, the only reason for him to come out would be as a wink nod to the audience, because otherwise he wouldn't come out unless he had something to say to everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like it's more of him influencing Oscar's actions, which is more on the lines of them actually melding together as opposed to still being two separate things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Before we actually get back to talking more about this episode, something that just occurred to me: will the Grimm pools eventually run out?
Yeah, that was something I've thought about a few times.
Maybe that's why she's getting more desperate.
Possible.
And trying to find the relics as hard as she's trying to do them and whatever, because she's running out of power to do stuff with.
I imagine that's
even though you can't, even if you're a full-on wizard, you're not gonna just take over the world randomly at this point, because there's dust and all this shit. Right. You'd eventually get fucked.
So I imagine that's why we're viewing this part of the story, is because it's when it's all coming to a head.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of implies that Salem and Ozpin are both at points of very great vulnerability and intensity.
And losing traction and losing momentum.
Yeah.
And they need to do something with it now.
Right.
Which is funny that it happens at the same time. But also serendipitous, is that the word?
Yes. Serendipity is.
It's like at the later stages of a war when both sides are really exhausted and both used up a lot of their troops and their resources, and they know that they have to fight because both of them are dying, and they don't want it to just come out to attrition.
Yeah.
That's gonna be what it is pretty much at the end of the point. Is
Ozma's running out of magic.
Yeah.
Salem's running out of
Grim juice.
Yeah. Grim juice.
Grim juice.
Oh, I remember. No,
Grim juice.
If I remember right, the question was, could RWBY freeze Salem?
And also, I had the thought of, can RWBY just silverize the fucking Grimm pools?
Ooh.
Does that work?
It could.
It seems like it should.
It seems like it should, because we don't really know.
When the dragon shot his silver eyes down on the Grimm, it infected the Grimm, and the Grimm pool stayed the same.
Oh, that's true. He did use it.
But
I think it's actually the actual living things that come out of the Grimm pool.
I don't know. You'd have to make sure that it was in his eye line. And
right. Exactly. If
we'll have to go back and watch.
Right. If she targeted specifically targeted the pool.
Yeah.
I wonder if she could freeze it or something.
Turn the entire Grimm area to stone.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thought that I had. I like that one. I like the thought of them trying it and it not working as well.
Yeah.
Or trying it and it like severely backflashes and Ruby's out for an episode or so.
In some way, those are definitely going to come into the final confrontation, but it's just how at this point.
So besides, as this conversation started from Blake and
Young.
Yeah, Blake Yang's situation
Balake and Young
situation that they're about to be in. How about the giant fucking robot?
Dude, Genlock is tight.
Yeah, it did seem
giant
like
robots.
That robot seems like the fucking it's like in that same shape of the fucking weird ass robots that Gundams would fight, and there'd be just like 100 of them, and they'd be easy to fight, which means I feel like we're gonna see more of those in the future.
It seems like that's the kind of thing that would get the people who run Atlas's dick hard.
Yeah.
They're about to fight that thing with Blake and Yang going and doing their thing, and then they're about to fight that, and the first thing that Ruby says is that she wants Weiss on the ground.
Yep.
Right. Weiss is about to pull out her giant fucking knight and make him as big as that motherfucker. We're about to get a fucking
what do you call that giant monster battle? Japanese movie?
Kaiju. Yeah.
Kaiju battle.
Yeah, but it's Robo Atlas versus Kaiju Weiss.
So we got 3 episodes left of this season.
It's them making it to Atlas. That's how they get there. That's how they end the season.
And there were going to be 14, but they cut one, so the last one's about to be fucking packed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
it's probably going to be a 45-minute episode.
Yeah, and we haven't had this since like season 3. It's really going to be like the last 3 episodes are really going to be the finale. I feel like it's just going to be just escalating the hype.
Dude,
from
if they're gonna do that, I hope they do 3:30s.
Well, I mean, because Adam just came in on this episode. Hazel's on his way there.
Cinder and Neo
are also on their way fucking there. At least one of them are going to be hiding in the back.
And we got left on a cliffhanger.
And then we're going to get them at the end of an episode.
And we got left on a cliffhanger for the fight that's going to happen next
time.
Well, yeah. So then that cuts out all the exposition for that fight.
There's so much about
there's so much more they can pack into this next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Cinder's going to make it for this season? For the end, or do you think they're going to leave her out?
Wait, Cinder?
Yeah.
I hope
you think she's gonna make it into Argus?
Probably.
I don't think she's gonna make it into Argus.
I think if she finds a way to tactically reveal herself, then she will. But I don't think she'll necessarily feel like she needs to be in any of the conflicts we've seen.
I feel like she'll stay back and keep an eye on everything else that happens, since there's so much hype going on right now.
I don't see Cinder wanting to take part
in this She won't in this episode.
Yeah,
she might in
the very end.
In episode 12 or 13. Yeah.
I could see that.
I don't think they're gonna take out this robot at the end of this next episode.
I think they might. I feel like they'll probably take out.
I feel like it'll be fight. It'll be both. I feel like both of those fights, and I hope they do. Like I just said, I hope they do 3 30-minute episodes, and I hope that this next one is basically cut out into 15 minutes of that fight and the fucking bullshit that happens in it, and the fight with the robot. So the fight between Yang and Blake and Adam being like 15 minutes, cut in here and there, and then the fight with the giant fucking mech being 15 minutes cut in here and there, and it'll all be like a full combat episode that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
with no real super emotional stuff other than the Blake and Yang stuff.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the mech is essentially just an obstacle.
Yes,
and I don't think that it's strong to like hang on to your obstacles.
Yeah, the Blake and Yang thing is
introduce them too much.
Blake and Yang is the emotional aspect of everything, where the robot is just an obstacle.
Yeah.
Here, let's show off what everybody can do and give Weiss a fucking moment again, which I'd love to see.
Man, Weiss is my favorite character in Team RWBY. By far, favorite character in Team RWBY. Besides Ruby, of course.
Right.
I'm attached to Yang. I don't know why. I just like
Yang's going through a lot, but fuck Yang.
It's not even that.
RWBY's and Blake's for me.
Man, but
I think her aesthetic.
But Weiss has gone the most. Like, she's just gone through the most fundamental change.
Oh, she's definitely had the most development.
For sure.
And just become the best. She's just the line that always sticks out to me is what she says in season 1. Like, you're just talking about it's whenever she saves her from getting hit either by the Nevermore or the Scorpion. It's one of those, or both of them.
It's the Scorpion.
But she's just like you. Like she's like you're blah blah blah, and I'm blah blah blah. But I am going to be the best teammate that you could ever ask for.
Yeah, it's the Scorpion because she freezes them.
And she has just done nothing.
No. You're confusing two different scenes. She says, she's the best thing you could ever have whenever she gives her the coffee after she has her conversation with Port. Yeah.
Yep, it's right. Yeah, for studies and whatnot. That's even better. That's an even better scene, honestly, than the the midst of action.
But she does say something in the middle of
that. But that line has stuck with me. Gotcha. Just like, and she has done nothing but prove that she just wants to be the best teammate for them that she could ever be.
It's like, this is my role. I'm going to do it better than anybody ever could.
Certainly since Volume 4. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of stumbling, like the whole,
for seasons 2 and 3.
Yeah, like
they're still getting together.
And she's still like, she has the best intentions, but she isn't like,
she's still wise. She still has her homebred.
She takes it for granted, and then she goes home and realizes the relationship that she's missing, and really tries her best to to take that to heart.
Season 4, having to deal with her family again,
and then becomes not a racist.
That's what really showed her. I need, like, they're not my family. These guys are not my family. Blake, Ruby, and Yang, they're my family.
You know, it's like when you're younger, your family is given to you, and then when you get older, you choose your family.
Yeah. Still, like,
seems like Weiss is a good example.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like going back and watch, like I'll still get teary eyed. Fucking the episode where Yang and Weiss first see each other whenever they're in Raven's camp, or season 5.
Yeah.
Fucking at the end of the episode, whenever Yang goes to look at her and she goes to start talking to her, and she's immediately interrupted just by Weiss just running up and just hugging her. That hug first gets the tear ducts fucking ready, and then you see the White Knight start to Infinity War away.
Oh my god!
And whenever you see that happen, it's just like she made, like, the reason that she was fully able to start her power was because she didn't have them around. She needed somebody that was going to be there, and that White Knight was what she needed. So she made him. And then he was gone, and then she finally got what she needed, and then you see him drift away, because that's really what she needed.
I love the in volume 5 when Ruby first sees Yang and Weiss and fucking hugs Yang, has her fucking sister moment, and calls Weiss over there. That's the moment that breaks me every time. Oh yeah. It's like, you know, you're in on this too. Like,
yeah. Her dropping was it tea that she dropped, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like she just dropped the tea.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, because that's the moment you see Ruby go from she's been the leader that she has been this whole time, and then she just goes, like, right back into being season 1 Ruby. Like, right back into just like
like, just that reminder that this is a little girl.
Like, yeah, you just see her knees just go together, and she goes right back into, like, episode 1 season 1 Ruby. It's such a beautiful moment. Season 5 has the reuniting of Team RWBY was done perfectly.
Yeah, it really was. So what else? Oh, Calavera.
Calavera was fucking perfect. Yeah, man. Her and Weiss are a good opposition to each other.
Yeah. She's fucking had her thumb on that button the whole time.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, listen to everything.
She was doing that. She was doing that shit on purpose, and we all know it.
If you watch, she is taking her finger off and putting it back on, and it actually, like, sticks with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've watched it 3 times now. Yeah. It sticks with, like, because she puts it back on to say something, and then Weiss yells out the jargon thing, and that's why they were able to come back together.
Fucking beautiful subversion of that trope.
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, I love the jargon. Like I know all of the Atlas jargon, and this goes to say it, and like you can see her click it, and like she was just and like Weiss was just like, so much for knowing the jargon. He's
Jargon was good,
yeah,
but our pilots aren't old ladies.
Fucking hilarious.
Clicks off. Oh well, I guess they got me there. Clicks back on.
So you only fly this thing.
Where the fuck
so
did she
fucking
get
crazy.
the cashews? The
Man.
cashews killed me, dude.
I was
It's a
eating
plane.
cashews earlier today.
It's a plane.
Shut up! I hate the joke.
It's just a
No.
plane. You get nuts on the
No,
plane.
someone pointed out on the Reddit that she smuggled them or something, but
Well, she had plenty of room in that suitcase. She was much smaller
I need to go back
than
and
that.
watch
That's-
earlier
That suitcase,
episodes.
she was smaller than that suitcase.
Apparently, it was established earlier. The cashews have already been
Yeah.
established.
Yeah. No, in the
I
episode, like in the episode where that woman first comes out, episode like whenever they're first into Argus.
Yeah.
Like she talks about how Maria will like she chews with her mouth open, and she has a habit of chewing cashews with her mouth open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, yeah. That whole little thing was established beforehand.
Man, I love Maria so much.
Yeah. Same.
Man,
Good character. Who's the one that plays her?
I go back. Oh man, I don't know, but she's a fucking incredible voice actress.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, it's the same girl that. It's the same chick that did her young voice.
Yeah.
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 I can't think of her name.
That's
right
her first
now.
time doing an old lady.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
no, it's I don't know
Oh wait,
about that.
either
Yeah.
it's
She
one
says
way
her
or
first
the
time
other.
Was
first time
it?
doing an old lady.
It's
yeah.
one way or the other. She either only has done old ladies
No,
or okay.
it's the other
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Because
They talked about
Melissa
it.
something.
she does it really well because it's nice and subdued. Most of the time when a young person will do an older person's voice, they kind of like overdo it.
Yeah.
With all the like shakes and
The one that
listen to me, Sonny.
same woman doing that old lady voice was the same one that did the screaming for whenever her eyes got cut out.
Yeah.
God, thinking of that just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Such a good fucking scream too, though. Like,
Yeah.
god damn it, dude. That was guttural in the like fucking right places, and
She's done
fuck,
well
that was awesome.
in so many different situations of the character, like so many different types of emotions that you need. Her being stern and serious, telling a story. Her being like her dealing with fighting and different combat noises. Her going into being a crazy old woman, and her being the teacher that Ruby needs her to be.
and also like the
She's
disappointed,
Hiroshi.
like the disappointed in her past
Mhm.
parts while she's reading the farm book, whatever that
Yeah.
diary.
Yeah.
With like just reading through it and like becoming more and more depressed throughout it. Just,
Do you remember how suspicious we all were of her at first?
Yeah.
I remember how much I talked against her at the beginning of this season. I like for the first 2 or 3 episodes during our first words, I talked bad about her because they weren't giving her anything.
Yeah.
They weren't giving her anything at all, and it was just annoying me because I was like, why won't they have this new character here, but they're not giving her anything, but they had so much that they needed to give beforehand, and I'm just
Right. And
I'm
they
clarifying
had,
that I was wrong because they needed to.
They had to have her there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So-
they needed her there for this,
Right.
And whenever they gave her that situation with the apathy,
Mm-hmm.
that was the moment that my head turned and I had started trying to talk different about her.
Because beforehand, we knew something was ominous about that town, and there was a part of me at least that thought whenever she was like going through the book at the end of the night that she had something to do with what was going on all fucked up in this town, because she had like kind of led them in that direction.
Right.
Yeah,
And it really painted this picture, I think, in my mind, that she had somehow orchestrated these events to get them vulnerable, but you know how it actually turned out.
Oh,
I
man.
was starting
So
to
good.
I was starting to like her whenever after the vision and the apathy of the team, she was like, well, come on, let's get out of the fucking snow. You're attracting Grimm, you know, whiny brats, you know, like showing some character. I was starting to like her, but yeah, it was when the apathy showed. I was like, okay.
yeah. It was when they like we knew that she had silver eyes before, but it was whenever like she had given her.
Know.
Dude, I knew
we
from
had-
the very beginning that she
thought
also
she-
had silver eyes.
I thought that she was just an old lady.
I mean, the
Play
thing
back
about, the
that
thing about her
tape.
eyes, and then
I thought.
it did. There
I'm not playing back the tape.
it got more and more obvious as time went on.
You guys did reference that.
We like at least I know him and I had said it multiple times.
Yeah.
Like she definitely has silver eyes. Like it was it was proven in the trailer. Like
then we figured
the
out
fact that they both have an eye to eye contact thing, like a closing on Ruby's silver eyes, closing on her robot eyes. Wow, why are you doing that?
But then it turned out she had silver eyes.
Right.
And it was like, oh man.
So silver eyes or fucking super high tech fucking like the fucking Atlas goggles
for a huntress.
I mean, just
for your own preference.
Just for your own preference.
I'm going high tech eyes.
Well, I mean, if there's Grimm, then I'm
gonna
go with
right.
silver.
Okay. So
I don't know. I feel like I'd probably have a combat semblance.
Yeah.
So since we don't have Grimm in our reality, let's say anything that's attacking you, like if
you just turn anything into
stone.
No.
I mean like if you were legitimately attacking me, like coming at me right now,
and you could just turn me.
I could just fucking silver eye you. Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm in that situation enough to warrant needing.
But what about bears?
But what about bears? I've never been in a fucking Revenant situation.
But here's the thing: you could be, because you don't have to worry about it. You could fucking like
go. You could just go out into the woods.
Exactly. You go anywhere. Like fucking snakes.
You best believe though, if I could hack into high-tech military equipment just by plugging my eyes into it, I'd be doing that shit.
You also have your eyes plugged out too.
Ooh.
Yeah, you only.
Wait, hang on. Wait, that's part of it. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's a thing. You only have to.
So wait, can I have the silver eyes for bears first, and then have
sure? Yeah. One of the bears eventually.
Right. When the bears get to me.
Look, if Grimm exists, I'm definitely going with the silver eyes. But if not. Then in any situation, I'm gonna go with the fucking high-tech eyes.
Well, I mean,
for sure.
Man,
a semblance?
Just thinking about not even just about semblance. You wouldn't get to pick your semblance. Like,
no, but
if you had to be a hunter or huntress, whatever you identify as. I know some of you might identify differently.
What have I ever implied to you?
What would your weapon be? If we want to end out on something, that would be a good question to ask.
I definitely would want fist weapons, some kind of fist weapon.
See, I also feel that I would want some kind of fist weapons.
Staff.
No, let me think about this.
I would also be quite fond to a staff.
My instinct is.
But it also has to be a gun.
Yeah.
I'd shield. I'd want like a really badass shield.
His shield would be cool as fuck, like Captain America, kind of.
But
yeah.
I probably wouldn't be tossing them around and stuff.
So I'm going to steal from Judah here a little bit.
All right.
Double barrel revolvers.
Awesome.
With
guns. I forgot.
Fucking
They're also guns.
They're also guns.
Switchblade. What doesn't matter? It's fucking. Who cares how it works? It works. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Fucking. Fuck.
And on the bottom of the hilt is like it's studded or whatever. So like pistol whip somebody.
Yeah.
It really fucks them up. Like.
Right.
Brass knuckles on the bottom of it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'd want little like shields that could be the size of bucklers and have guns attached to them, or could conjoin together and be a big shield with like a larger cannon on it.
Yeah, I'm also gonna have to steal. Now that you said that, I'm gonna steal from Kale.
I figured.
Yeah, and go with bow and arrow, and also 2 blades.
That's cool.
I would definitely go with retractable staff. That can turn into a pike. Like
have a blade.
Does does that thing and has that, and then not a trident, but that I can't do that shape with my hands. It's like it comes out and then makes one shape.
Like a triangle.
Yeah, it's basically a spear, but it's thicker. Anyway.
Secondary, since I basically stole one of my characters.
With shotguns on fronts and backs.
They don't know them though.
Oh, they will one day. Keto sticks, and the hilts are spit guns.
Keto sticks?
Like the
not Like nunchucks.
Like Japanese fencing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because Tonfa would be really cool too. Have like a Tonfa gun.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
Would you do fist weapons like Katars, like fucking Valdo?
Alright, I already changed my answer.
What was it?
The buckler shields with small guns on them. They put them together and they're
instead of having it be blades, have it be like the same like fucking like taser sticks that fucking Nightwing has.
Yeah.
Have it be those little taser sticks that he has, and then be able to like click it together to make it a bow and arrow, and have it be electrified arrows.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, multi fucking purpose.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, well,
multi fucking purpose.
So this has been a fun first word. This
has been a good first word.
This is what happens. We don't have a Phantom nonsense to pack around it.
Yeah.
So tune in next week for episode 11 of RWBY on the first word, and maybe we'll get into more things. We were going to talk about the new Sugar Pie music video and some other stuff, but we've been going on for a while. So like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
You're the best.